So it seems now, whenever I talk to an artist with a label or a management team, they're increasingly talking about quote unquote testing songs. And some artists even tell me their label won't let them release a song until it is tested well. Even more strange is that when I ask how they're testing them, it seems to be the single stupidest way I've ever seen. But this is the music business, and there's a reason that we call smart people rocket scientists and not project managers. Since let's be real, project managers in the music business are often not bringing us their best and brightest. Since I have to tell you, as you'll see in this video, there's ways to test songs, but y'all are doing this really wrong. So by the time you're done with this video, you'll know how to test songs better than many of your favorite artists, since there's a whole lot of stupidity going on right now. So you may be asking yourself, why are musicians testing songs? Well, if I'm being real, it beats me, since most of the time they do it in such a dumb way it makes no difference. But you clicked on this video, now I have to explain how to do it right. So the advice for many labels these days is some version of this ridiculous thought.
Until a song receives 50,000 likes, it shouldn't be released.
Yeah, I find this pretty silly, since if you know musicians, they'll simply hit the promote button on the one they want to release and then not tell the label about it, even if it's the 9-minute song about how sorry they are for cheating on their partner that everyone agrees is terrible. So right from the jump, we're going to throw out that method. Since musicians will make 50 videos that get 1,000 likes or find a celebrity to do something silly on Cameo and post it till they get those likes. This is way too easily gamed and dumb. Now, the other method people are using is they put up a few different songs with nearly the same exact video look and sing along or do a fit pick, pout their lips, try to look sexy, whatever y'all freaks do. And then they see which one blows up. And that's a lot of what we'll be talking about today, since there's a lot of ways to do this wrong. So let's set this up. What many people do to test songs is choose the hook of, say, 4 songs. But sometimes I see it done with even a dozen songs. Their logic is they can't tell which one's going to get popular, so why not let the public choose from the whole damn record? Doesn't sound so bad, right? Let me cook. So they then make 4 TikToks, one of each song, and here's how it normally goes. Song 1 gets 800 views. Song 2, a whopping 1,009. Song 3 gets 998 views, and Song 4 gets 1,602 views. So obviously, they should put out Song 4, right? It won. It got almost double the views of the 800 view video that Song 1 got. So now is what I'm going to beg you to not run, since I have to go into college professor talk for a minute. And trust me, I can see when your dumbasses run. YouTube gives me a chart of every single video where I can see when I start using big words, y'all's little brains run and go watch a video where a guy plays like guitar with a rubber chicken or something. I promise to make this easy to understand for those of you who could barely work Ableton right. So there's this term we use called statistical significance. And what this means is we often don't have enough data to be able to tell if something performed better and make a conclusion, since there's some other variables at play, meaning that when you're making these videos, if you move a certain way or do something slightly different, or let's say the songs you're testing all have different moods, and the video style you're making for Song 4 aligns way more with that song than the other 3 videos, well, it's more likely to perform, since a lot of time videos perform well when they align the emotion with the song. But let me give you an easy to understand example. Let's say we're doing this for that motherfucker Somber. Everyone who loves him right now, right? I've been talking to those of you who find men attractive, and something about this dog's neck anatomy really gets some of y'all a little too horned up. Now, let's say in video 4, while he was selling the song, he showed that neck in just the way you like it. You may watch it 4 times because it's getting you all horned up, and now it has 1,600 views instead of 800, which it would have gotten if he hadn't shown all that neck. It's very important that tests get done factoring in outside forces, and with videos, there's too many outside forces and variables, especially on a platform like TikTok that's a little erratic even when you're posting the same exact video. In fact, in certain types of statistics, like song streams, it doesn't really mean it's a big deal when you get double the amount of views or streams. Songs often swing very wildly. Let's do a really extreme example. This is Outkast's classic album, Speaker Box, and as we can see here, Hey Ya has 1.7 billion plays, but She's Alive only has 3 million plays, and they're on the same record just a few songs apart. So if Big Boy and Andre were doing this, Hey Ya would be 567 times the test here. That's statistically significant, to say the least. And unfortunately, I've seen about 10 too many times that when someone does these tests, a lot of the time they think it's a really statistical amount because it's double, when that really doesn't mean a lot, since You can get double the amount of views from just showing a little extra side boob being the only difference in the two cuts of a video, and that 1/4 of a second of side boob suddenly performs much better. And that's not because y'all are a bunch of horned up weirdos. This is because small details often change the performance of videos. And 2 or even 4 times of TikTok views is often not enough to be statistically significant, since TikTok's performances swing wildly and many artists often have videos that do 10 or even 30x. So 2x is not that big a difference, as a very small size of people you tested on, especially for those of you who are still in algorithmic jail. Since when you're getting below 300 views, it's often because the algorithm has no idea of who to send you to, so we're probably not even testing it on people who like your style of music and aren't going to get good results. Which is why I'm super excited to talk to you about the sponsor of today's video, Song Tools. Are you an artist looking to launch your music and grow your fan base without breaking the bank? Look no further than Song Tools, an all-in-one marketing toolkit designed to make music promotion accessible to all creators. Their flagship tool, Playlister Club, connects you with the world's largest community of independent playlist curators actively searching for new music. For just $10 a day with a 7-day minimum, you can connect with these curators and get your music heard. Imagine getting real streams and playlist placements with just a few clicks. Their platform is designed to take the guesswork out of promoting your music, allowing you to focus on what you do best: creating. Playlisting is alive and well, and all of your favorite artists are still growing from it, no matter what the silliest people you see on TikTok say. They also have other amazing features like Songfly to promote your music with ads, Song Page to create an easy, good-looking page for your music, Song Blog to create a blog for your music, and Song Folder to organize your music assets. Ready to reach new fans? Get started in minutes and experience the difference Song Tools can make for your music career. Song Tools is offering Musformation viewers an exclusive 50% discount code. Use code MUSFORMATION50PLC to get 50% off a 7-day Playlisters Club campaign. But here's more. Let's go to Raven Lenae's TikTok page, since I recently wrote a newsletter about her and Somber, and how they use recognizability as an advantage for going viral. It's linked in the description and you should really read it. Anyways, we can see in about 6 videos, Raven Lenae can go from 1 to 12x of her lowest performing video. While in many statistics, doing 2 times or even 3 times better can mean a lot, this is not a place where it means a ton. But I do believe when you get around 3 to 6x, depending on the number, you can get something that performs better, that you see statistical significance. But there's even more to this. You can't just run these experiments once and then have statistical significance. There's too many factors. Which brings me to how you do this. Anyone who's done a lot of experimenting on short-form video platforms of TikTok, Reels, or YouTube Shorts will tell you the same thing. The time of day or the exact length of a great video will only affect its growth by a percentage point or 10 at max. But when you're doing simple videos like this to test, oftentimes to get data that's more conclusive and clean so you really know if the test worked or not, you need to run these tests 4 times. Even when we're running these tests with the exact same text and videos on different songs, the data is not conclusive, and that it'll be a mixed bag of many of the times where different songs win different rounds. And yet again, even after 4 times, you don't really have a good answer. And honestly, I've run these so many times, and that is actually the answer we get most of the time, is the same song does not perform well each time. What is in these videos is a big factor, but also so is the mood of the audience that it's tested on each day. So if you want to do one of these tests and really figure this out, you need to look for outliers, where the song wins at least 3 rounds of these tests by a statistically significant amount of views and likes. But I gotta be real here, even when that happens, I personally don't think this is the best way to do this. 99% of songs don't really blow up from TikTok. They may get an initial spark and a lift from TikTok, but most of where songs blow up that we learned in the survey I did last year and every other survey on music, and if you missed that video, you can watch it by clicking the link in the description. Most songs blow up because people are sending it to one another. And that's because they're taking in the song as a whole and then feeling something from the way the song moves. We've all done this before. We've heard a song on the short form video apps. We've gone to listen to it and we realize that, yeah, it has one good part, but we don't really like the song as a whole. Since songs spread these days much more about friends telling each other, or let's be honest, users then making TikToks about them, they really get tested out when people hear the full song. And that's where the song goes to live or die. When you do these tests the way I just described, they're nowhere near foolproof. I personally have probably seen more of them than most people alive. I really find it silly this idea keeps getting more and more popular instead of people seeing the flaws in it. I think there's a better way to get better answers that leads to better choices, if I'm being real. The way I see it, the way you get the best answers for which songs you should push is from having a community of people who like your music that you can talk to and have them listen back, which is why I'm constantly pushing my video on how to find community, which is linked on the screen now, or you can click on it in the description. The best answers come from asking people who actually like your style of music, not asking your mom or partner or someone on your team who doesn't really like this style of music, but people who are actually fans of your style of music and seeing which ones really resonate with them. Finding community and having friends, fans, and other people in the music business who like your style of music and reaching out and asking them what they think, I think consistently gets way better answers that usually show us which songs to promote and works out way better. Plus, being in a community with like-minded musicians and people who like your style of music consistently also gets you so many different things, and so many artists skip on this when it really is what usually makes artists grow and makes them get better answers for what to do, and most of all, really gets you to feel better about what you do creating music. Most of the people I know who don't have this in their life feel much less fulfilled than the ones I know who do. And plus, we have this really weird thing, which I talked about in my video last week, where sometimes when you tease out songs these days, people go and do weird copyright claims and claim they're theirs. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with these weird copyright claims on your songs that you tease, well, you should really watch my guide to which distributor to use, which is on the screen now. Thanks for watching.